Hello everybody! Today I'm going to be talking about one of my first loves ever, Avril Lavigne. As you can probably tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about What the Hell, the single off of Goodbye Lullaby, and why I think it's a bad single. But there are alternatives. Why did I do that? I need to stop. Before I really get into it, I want to apologize right off the bat for how cringy I'm probably going to be. I'm not used to doing videos like this, but if you'll bear with me, I'll get better.
Oh my god, what is that?
To me, what makes a good single and what makes a good lead single is a song that sets up the expectations of the album. What the Hell fails in this department because it has nothing to do sonically or lyrically with the album that it comes from. It is a, quote, broad message about personal freedom, which is not wrong. It's more just about being able to do what you want. The music video is like just about messing with your boyfriend, which is all well and fine. The song's a bop, we love it. But it fails because it has absolutely nothing to do with the album. Goodbye Lullaby is essentially a love story gone wrong kind of album. Its sound is singer-songwriter acoustic-y, not really electronic like What the Hell. So I have picked 4 other songs off of this album that I think would have worked really well as singles. I have them in order and everything. This is in a fantasy world where RCA Records actually promotes its artists and people didn't hate on Avril Lavigne for no reason. We're in Fantasyland right now. But essentially for me the goal of these singles is to not only properly sell the album, they should tell a story in and of themselves. So, with that being said, our first single off of this album is Smile.
What is that?
So Smile I think should be the first single off of this album because it bridges the gap between her last era and this one. I feel like that's what the goal with What the Hell was, but this song works better because it more matches the vibe of this album. Lyrically, it calls back to the girlfriend days with lines like, you know that I'm a crazy chick, I do what I want when I feel like it. But the song itself is actually a love song. This album is a love story. Whoa! Sonically, it is very similar to What the Hell, but it has more acoustic sounds, real instrument sounds I guess you could call them, which matches the sound of this album a lot more. And basically it's showing another side of Avril. It's evolving her image. She's not just the punk princess anymore, she's the punk princess in love. Aww. The song is also very fun to sing along to. I think it's got catchy lyrics. It's not too high. I think that's a thing for me with What the Hell. The chorus is very high. It's very hard to sing along to. We're also going to just ignore how many explicit lyrics are in this song. Radio was a very necessary thing at this time, so it'll just be a clean version. We'll also ignore the line about being roofied. But Smile would be a really good way to bridge the gap between the old Avril of being very boy-bashing and aggressive and rocky to the new one, where it's still a similar sound, but it's got a much softer edge and it's more lovey-dovey. The next single I would choose is Wish You Were Here, which was the 3rd official single of the album that got no promotion, but still managed to actually do well in the adult top 40. I like this as the 2nd single because it lyrically connects to Smile in that she says, I can be tough, I can be strong, but with you it's not like that at all. So we're getting a nice transition from the hard edge into the real emotional vulnerability that this album is going for. Sonically, it also sounds a lot like what the album sound is. There's a lot of acoustic guitar, a lot of real instrument sounds, and it's slower. It's more intimate. Avril really liked this as a single. This also just works to evolve Avril's sound. We're getting more into, she wants to do more ballads and emotional stuff, so let her do that. I think this single would be a good way to facilitate that. It's very poppy and catchy and I think would do well on the radio, while also being something that is not just cliche radio fare. The 3rd single I would choose is, I'm pretty sure, Avril's favorite song off the album, and is one of my favorite songs off the album, Push. Push lyrically is basically what the whole album is about. It's about the struggles of love. When push comes to shove, it's gonna take the both of us. It shows a real maturity in Avril's songwriting and her understanding of relationships. It's again moving away from just the boy bashing of the older songs. I like this as the third single because we start with Smile, which is all about love, and it's great, it's awesome. Wish You Were Here is about missing someone. Push is about really the overall love is hard. It's not all like fairy tale romances or absolute tragedy. When things get hard, you have to work on things. So Push is a good way to represent that. Because that's what the album is about. Finally, single number 4 is going to be I Love You. I Love You is a more poppy, catchy love song. What I really like about it is it's got a twist. In the bridge of the song, Avril says, even though we didn't make it through, I will always be here for you. In the bridge of the song, Avril says, even though we didn't make it through, I am always here for you. There we go. Even though things fell apart, we tried our best and there are no hard feelings. We move on, we grow. Love. I think this would be a really good way to wrap up the era because this is kind of the whole vibe of the album. It's about a breakup, but it's about a breakup on good terms. And then just for the narrative of the singles we put out, we start with a love song where everything's great. We've got some turmoil, things are hard, we have to work on them, and then unfortunately things didn't work out, but that's okay. So those are the singles I would have chosen for Goodbye Lullaby that I think would have been better than What the Hell. I honestly don't think What the Hell should have been a single off of this album at all. I think it should have been a single in general. It's a very catchy, radio-friendly pop song. It does not represent what this album is. And I think that's an absolute failure as a single. On top of the fact that I've read so many interviews doing research for this where Avril literally talks about how it's her record label that wanted her to do this song. She literally says going into the release of the album that it is not reflective of the album at all, which... Okay, Avril deserves better. Avril's a great artist, she's so talented. I'm glad with her new record label she's getting to do more of the sounds it seems like she wants to do, but I really think Avril Lavigne and her legacy deserve much better than they have. Obviously, me complaining about any of this literally doesn't matter at all. This album came out almost 10 years ago. But I have feelings, okay? So, if you made it to the end of this video, I hope you liked it. I hope you didn't click away right after seeing my face. Ugh. I don't blame you. I hope I conveyed everything properly. I wrote everything down, but... The reason I wanted to make this video is just because I think the legacy of Avril Lavigne really stops with the first 3 albums, and she's made more than 3 albums, and they're not all bad albums. So, what happened, guys? If you haven't heard Goodbye Lullaby in a long time, or if you've only heard What the Hell, please go back and listen to that album. It's actually pretty good. If you liked this video, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things, whatever. If you don't, that's fine too. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. I plan to make more videos like this in the future. Hopefully as time goes on and I do this more, I'll be a little less awkward on camera. But we'll see. Maybe this will just be my brand now. Anyway, have a nice day, guys. See you later. Bye! Love.